Hi guys, it's Promise Sebastian here again with another awesome Blender tutorial. So I was animating this run cycle for a scene I was working on, and it was very easy for me, so I felt like sharing it with you guys. So if you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification button so you get notified once I drop an awesome content like this one every week. So you can check out my course as well on Udemy. It covers Blender animation, modeling, and sculpting. It's basically everything you need to kickstart in Blender. Okay, so if you need this model, you can check it out on my store, so you can get it and then follow along. You can get it on my store here and then follow along. Okay, so back to Blender. So I'll click the space bar to stop this animation. So this one has been rigged and animated, so we are going to be using another model of this exact model, but then it has been rigged but it has not been animated. So I want to check this one now and then check this one now. So I just left click on it now, so it's in my scene now, but the camera position is off. So this is the animation scene here where you see what you are actually animating. So I will keep my cursor at the center of these two workspace now, these two tabs now, and then left click and then drag to the left to kind of make this side smaller and then this side bigger, because this is where we'll be working with, and then this is where we'll be seeing what we're actually working. So I will scroll back to kind of zoom out from here, and then with my camera I will click N now to bring out this tab now, and then make sure this lock camera is the lock camera to view is checked. So mine is checked already, so I'll click N so it goes back in now. So I'll hold shift now and then pan this to the left to kind of bring this to the center now. So I think this is looking great. So I'll click any again and then uncheck the camera so it goes off. So if I click any again, it goes off, and then if I hold my middle mouse button now and then scroll out, I can go out from camera view without having to adjust or displace my camera. So I will zoom in now and then exit from this is render mode now. There is no light here for you to see this now. So I'll head back to the solid preview mode now. So you're going to be seeing the solid view here with the HDR lightness. So I'll hold shift now and then press and hold my middle mouse button, then drag down and then scroll down to kind of see this now. So now we are going to be testing this rig now, so to see the actual transformation axis. So you know, should in case you don't have this exact model, you have your, you know where you are transforming from. So let's take the model and see what is looking like. So the legs we are rigged with IK, and then the hands is FK. So now these are the control points of the arm. So let's head back, head over to pose mode now. So I'll just left click on one of the bone now and then control tab now, so it heads over to pose mode. So I will click this one. These are the pose of the leg. So this one now, if I press G now to grab the leg to left and right, and then the same will happen to this other bone, and then this nail bone now is the IK controller. That's the bone that controls the whole IK chain. So if I click G now to grab this bone now, so you see how it works. And then this hand is actually FK. So if I click on this other bone, this one will rotate other ones now, but then it's rotating on the x-axis, you get. Then if you want it to rotate on the y-axis, this is the bone that is rotating it. So if I click arrow now, so it will rotate. Now we've seen the transformation axis of this mesh now, so we'll know how we are going to be rigging it. So we are going to be using a reference. So it's very important to use a reference when you are doing Workscycle. So I've created a reference of this now, so you can get it on the description link. So you use the reference probably on your other project. So we are going to, I'm going to change this now. I'm going to get a 3 scene here. That's the front view, the side view, and the 3/4 view, and then we are going to be changing this to an image editor. So how do I do that? I take my cursor now to the edge where these 4 tabs now meet now. So I'll take it here to make sure it changes to this plus icon now. Then I'll left click and hold and then drag, kind of drag out a new scene, and then do the same thing again. Place it there, changes to plus, left click and hold, and then drag, kind of drag out a new scene. So I've gotten a 3 view of this now. This is great, like what I need. So I will remove this one because I don't need this now. This is the animation workspace though. So okay, so now this one covers the other one now. This is the 3 scene we need now for this animation. So I'll scroll to the left now. So this one is going to be the front view now. So the X flat view now. So I will scroll in now, and then this one is going to be the 3/4 view. So I'm going to be, this one will be this way now. So I will take my cursor at the center here where these 2 tabs join, and then drag this one a little so they are the same size, and then take this one again, left click and hold, and then drag here. I think this one is now bigger, so drag this one. So this will now be the 3/4 view now, and then this will be the side view. So this will be on the Y flat view now. So this is what I need now for this animation. So now we are going to be getting our reference. So we can change the style of our bone. Most times I change to the normal, that's the default bone style, because this B bone I'm using is not the one you're going to be seeing on your own. But this B bone is great if you're rigging. But if you want to start animation, I think I prefer the default bone type. So we'll head over to this amateur icon stuff, and then to viewport now, we'll click on it now and change this display as from stick now to octahedra. So if we change it now, we'll get the octahedra look for the bones. Now we are going to start our animation. So let's get our reference now. So we'll change this now to the image editor. So I'll drag this down from outline and I'll click on this icon here now, and then change to image editor now. So now this is kind of plain now. This is where you get images you can import or bring in images there. So I'll click and hold my middle mouse button, drag to the left now to where it says open, and then you can also click on new now. So let's use open. So I'll click on open now. So it takes me to my folder, wherever the folder I've used before. So I can choose the image I want to take. So I'll head over to the cranky folder I have here. That's the recent folder, and that is where the run cycle is. So this is the run cycle we are going to be. We are going to be using two run cycles. But first, let's import this one now. So I'll click on it now and then open it. This is the three pose. This is the side view and then the three-quarter view, and this is the front view. So this is our first pose now for this animation now. So this is the three views of the first pose of this animation. So this is the side view now, and then this is the three-quarter view, and then this is the front view now, the Y flat view. So this is the same method we are going to be following for this now when we start the animation. And then let's start posing our character. So now I'll click on this new icon now, new icon bone now, and check what I have there. So I'll press G now to kind of grab this leg forward somewhere there, and then I will click zoom out now, and then hold my middle mouse button, drag to the right now, and then click on this other bone now, then G to kind of grab this guy bent like that, and then G left click on this other new icon, grab it forward a little. Then we are going to bend the spine. So I'll click on the spine. I don't use the three-quarter view for any transformation. I'm just using the front view and the side view here for the whole transformation, because if I'm using the three-quarter view here, it's going to be transforming, giving me the whole transformation on the three axes. So we are going to get a little deformation on the X, a little on the Y, and a little on the Z. That's why you don't want to do any posing in this three-quarter view. Just use the two flat views. That will give you the exact transformation you need. Now I'm going to click on the spine now, but then if I want to rotate the spine, I'm not going to rotate it with my cursor on this tab now, on this view. I will change to either this one or this one, but then the best is this one because we are seeing the side view now. So we'll click arrow now to kind of bend him a little like he was there. So he's bent great this way now. So now over to the hand now. So this is the bone controlling the hand. So I'll click on it now. On the side view now, take my cursor on the side view, arrow to kind of rotate it back a little, then click on this other bone now, and then arrow to kind of bend it because it was bent like this now, a little something like this. Okay, so this is looking great now. So on this other bone now, so arrow to kind of bring it forward now, the arm is somewhere here, and then click on this other bone, arrow to kind of bring it up a little somewhere there. Okay, so this is good. So the head bone now, we can bring it up a little, so arrow to kind of raise his head up from where there is great now. So now if you check from this view now, so let me hold shift now, press the middle mouse button, scroll to the right. So from this front view now, you can see that the body here is leaned forward because this one is leaned backward and this one is leaned forward because it was trying to move this other leg. So that's how we are going to use the spine now to kind of rotate from the front view here. So it's leaning forward as well. So I'm going to click on the spine here now, and then arrow to rotate, Z to constrain the rotation on the Z axis, then rotate a little so it's lean forward that same way. Okay, so this is looking great now. So we've gotten our first pose now for this run cycle. So what we can do now is click A to select all these bones now and add a keyframe here. But then we'll take our marker to the 0 frame. But what if I take this marker to the 0 frame now? You see that all this whole transformation I did now will now go out. So you should be careful. We can add the keyframe here and then take it to 0. So what I can do now is click A now, select all the bones now, and then click I to insert a keyframe, and then location and rotation. So it's insert a location and rotation keyframe for me. So now I can drag this keyframe now to the 0 frame. So it's going to start at the 0 frame. So we've gotten this first pose now. Like I told you, now I'm going to be bringing the second reference image, so you understand what I mean by what I was saying earlier. So now we head over to this folder icon again to open new image, and then this run cycle too now. So I clicked on it and then click on open now, so it opens this run cycle. So if you look at this run cycle now, so this is the side view now. So this is the first pose now, and then this is the second pose, and then this is the third pose as well, and then this is the fourth pose, and then this is the fifth pose. So this first pose now will be at the 0 frame, this second pose will be at the 3rd frame, this fifth pose will be at the 6th frame, this fourth pose will be at the 9th frame, and then this fifth pose will now be at the 12th frame. So in total, the run cycle is about 12 frames, and then each pose is on the third frame. So this is just what we need, so we can repeat it to get the same action. So that's how to animate run cycles. That's why it's called cycles. So once you get the actual cycle, then you can repeat it and then follows that same pattern. That's just it. So now we've gotten our first pose, which is this one now. And then if you check on the last pose, the last pose is the same thing as the first pose, but the difference from this first one now and this last pose now is just that they are exact, but then it's flipped version of one. So if you check this first pose now and this last pose now, they are the same thing. It's just that this one is the flipped version of this one. So that is the technique we are going to be using for this run cycle. So what we can do now is just click all of this now, click A to select all the whole bones now, then click on this first keyframe now, this first pose now, the whole keyframes on the first pose now, click Control C now to copy that keyframe, and then take our marker to the 12th frame, which is where the run cycle ended. And then we are going to paste the flip version of this cycle now. So I'll click Shift Control V now. So it pastes the flip version. So now if you play this thing now, if I take this to the 0 frame and try to move it to the 12 frame now, so you will see now this is a run cycle, but it's kind of flat because it's not bending and it's not going up. So if you check from this view now, let me just drag this now. So I can click Control Space Bar to actually view this now. So if you check from this now, you can see that this guy actually leaned downward here and then leaned up a little and then leaned very up here and then leaned down again. So all this up and down is needed to make the run cycle lively. So that is what we are going to be adding now. So now I'm going to click Control Space Bar again to exit this view now, and then let's start adding the links now. So from the side views here, we're going to do this now. So now from this, let me zoom in. If I scroll in on my mouse now, I'm going to scroll into the keyframes, that's the dope sheet now, and then scroll into the numbers. So that's a kind of enlarge it now. So now the second pose is at the third frame now. So now we are going to add the lean downward because it actually leaned down. So now I'm going to select the spine from the front view here now, and then over to the side view, then G and then Z, and then bring it down a little here. So I think somewhere there is great for this now. We can bring it down the more. So a little like this. Somewhere there. I think will be great for this guy now. So I'll click OK now, and then select all the whole bones again. I to insert a keyframe, location and rotation. And then the same thing is what we're going to do on the 6th frame now. We are supposed to take this one as 0. So I didn't take this guy as 0. So I will drag this initial keyframe. Let me select all of them now. Then select this one now. Then drag it, left click and hold, and then drag it to the 0 frame. So our next pose is going to be at the 6th frame now. So now we are going to lean it upward a little now from the spine now. So I'll click on the spine again, and then G and then Z, and then drag it up now. It kind of leaned forward. And then let's see what we had there. And lean it more forward. Lean up a little bit. Okay, so this is great now. A to select all the whole bones, I to insert location and rotation. So the same thing on the 9th frame now. We'll do the same thing now. So here we are also going to lean the spine forward a little. So click on the spine again, G to grab, Z again, and then lean it up. Then we can do some adjustments on the leg. So from here, from what we have from our reference here, so you can see that the leg is kind of leaned up a little. So I'll click on this leg now, G to kind of drag the leg a little up. Okay, so something like this is looking great now. So now I can select all again, and then I to insert keyframe, location and rotation. So this is just our run cycle now for this. So if you play this now, you'll now see a more lively animation. So now we have actually gotten our first run cycle. So now we can duplicate all this. Now we can copy it and paste flip again. So what I can do now is click A now to select all this. This is the run cycle from the 0 to the 12th frame. So this is the run cycle. Now we have to copy this and paste it again to kind of get probably 3 run cycles now. So I'm going to click A now to select all the whole bones now, and then come over here and click A again to select all the whole keyframes here. So I'll click Control C again, and then take it to the 15th frame now. Then Shift Control V now to kind of paste the flip version of this one. We'll copy it now. Why we are pasting the flip version? Because we copied it from 0 here. So if we paste this guy now, we are also going to paste this from 0 to here. And then if you are pasting from 0 to here, we have to flip it because this exact keyframe now is the opposite of this. So we're going to get weird stuff here. If you watch, I will actually did before I paste Shift Control V to paste the flip version. So now if we play it now, we are going to get two run cycles. But then you see that delay from this now, because these two keyframes now are now exact. These two keyframes are exact. So we'll have to delete one of it. So click A again to select all the keyframe, then select on this one, delete now. And then I'm going to click A again to select all the whole bones. A again to select all the whole bones now. And then A again to select all the whole bones. And then select the 4 keyframes now. And then I can press and hold, left click and hold, and then drag it closer to the 15th frame. Or then I can press G. If you press G to grab it there. So now if we play this now, we'll now get a more natural look of run cycle. So now we can duplicate and duplicate and duplicate. So now let's select all again. Need to select all of this now. So I can right click now and then duplicate now and then drag this to somewhere here. So let's take it there and see what we have there. Okay, so the same delay we are having here, so we'll have to delete this keyframe as well, because this one is the same as this one as well. So I will click A to select all of this and then delete this one now. So delete this now. So A to select all the whole keyframes again, then select the top keyframes now. Then I can press G this time to kind of grab it closer. So now if I play this animation, I'm going to get a more natural look of run cycle. So you see it now. So it's very easy. No, I can go over to zoom out now, so you see what they look like now. So if we play it now, you can get a more natural run cycle fit. So you see, it's very, very easy and simple. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification button so you get notified once I drop an awesome content like this. So I'm going to be sharing the whole resources with you. Aside the model, you can get the model on my store, and then you can check out my course as well. That will help me a lot. Thanks for watching. See you on my next tutorial.